So once this coronavirus gets done, what big fight is Paulie Malignaggi dying to see? Like, obviously they talking about Lomachenko Teofimo. Like, what's the must see fight they got to make?
I want to see Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, and you know what else I want to see? Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia.
Who wins that fight?
I don't know, bro. You know what? Before I would have thought Ryan wasn't good enough, or he was still. Not that he wasn't good enough. He was still maturing. He was still developing. But now, based on Gervonta's recent run of form and based on Ryan's recent run of form, it's a great fight. I like the fight. I want to see it. Now I want to see it. Before, I wouldn't have wanted to see it because I thought Gervonta was too advanced for him. But I don't know if Gervonta's kind of plateaued, and the combination of Ryan also coming, excelling and to a higher degree. But I think it's a great time to make that fight too. It probably won't get made because politically and whatnot, there's too many things in the way. But I'd love to see Gervonta and Ryan Garcia, and I'd love to see Teofimo and Lomachenko, of course. And that fight probably is going to happen.
Yeah.
And in talking about Ryan Garcia, everybody forgets that Golden Boy also has another world champion around that weight class. Jojo Diaz is a world champion at 130 pounds.
True.
So people kind of bypass and talking about him and just talking about Ryan Garcia. Ryan's done a phenomenal job marketing himself and then obviously even bringing his boxing to a world class level. But I think Jojo Diaz has also made a lot of improvements and worked very hard to get to where he's at. And he's finally won his world title, and I think he deserves the respect too to be in those conversations. So yeah, I'd love to see a combination of those fights. But from a political standpoint, probably not going to get them, so we'll probably wind up with Gervonta versus Santa Cruz.
That's not a bad fight. I think Santa Cruz is a little too small, but it could be a fun fight at 130, even though it's probably going to happen at 130. I'd say 135. That shit might happen at 140. Who knows?
Coronavirus takes too long. It might happen at 140.
But you mentioned those two fights. I think they're both intriguing just because it seems like all those guys, Gervonta, Ryan, Teofimo, and Loma, just if you read their body language outside of the ring, like just on social media, on Twitter, does it seem like some of them have a little more confidence now than they had before?
Yeah, it's the confidence of youth too. That's why you want to make these great fights when guys are young. Because when they're older, yes, they're still good, but they're also kind of fighting in a safer way. The confidence of youth makes you just throw caution to the wind and be willing to jump into a fire to go get that championship, to be the man, to reign supreme. And while Lomachenko is older than all of them, I still think he has that in him. But at the same time, I also see the other guys they're all young and they all have this willingness to jump in there and take on all comers. That's why I'd love to see these fights happening with guys more in their prime. Ray Leonard and Hearn, they didn't fight right away, but they did fight in their prime. And that's why that fight was so special. Because when you put two guys in their prime fighting each other, you don't let it marinate to the point where they're both older and they're both just happy to make their money. You end up with a phenomenal super fight. You're gonna wind up doing that probably with Crawford and Spence too. It's gonna be by the time they fight, forget about the crowd's not going to care as much. The fighters themselves are not going to care as much. Leonard and Hearns, when they fought, they cared about the fight because they was at a point in their career where they were making their name. They were making their bones. By the time, for example, Floyd and Pacquiao happened, it was kind of like both guys were kind of. I wouldn't say neither guy didn't want to win the fight because obviously the legacy means a lot, but I also feel like there would have been more fire in that fight if it was able to happen a lot sooner. More enthusiasm for both guys. You're fighting a bit more cerebrally as you're older. You're thinking about the damage you take as you're older. While when you're younger, you're fighting with all your skills, but you're also fighting less cautiously. So we'll want to take a bite out of each other, so to speak, in order to get reign supreme.
Yeah.